What's up, guys? Welcome back. Baby, you want to watch SpongeBob?
Yeah.
SpongeBob?
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
So today we're having some homemade pulled pork nachos. There you go, baby. Look. SpongeBob, go sit on the couch. Go sit on the couch so you can hear it and watch it. So let's kind of dig right in. It's got beans. It's got refried beans, pulled pork, lettuce. It's got mozzarella cheese, cotija cheese, queso fresco, and some green salsa. Some water for the thirst. So, today, I'm going to tell you guys a story time about my labor and delivery with Isaac. So, yeah, it's your milk. Go ahead and jump right into it. So, I'm just gonna tell you guys about like the labor and delivery if you guys want to hear about how I found out I was pregnant with him and how like all of that. Then give this video a like and I'll make a separate story time about that, and then also same thing if you guys want to hear my labor and delivery about Isaiah. But as for Isaac's, I was due on Thanksgiving Day in 2015. So, for like, I want to say like within those days coming up to Thanksgiving, I was getting like Braxton Hicks, so there were like little pains here and there. My back was already killing me because I was huge. And I'll insert pictures. I mean, I was huge. So my back was killing me. It was getting a little harder to sleep, but I would just position like my pillows in between my thighs and my legs, and I would kind of work with it. But coming up to Thanksgiving, I was just getting like Braxton Hicks. It wasn't getting like or anything like serious. And I had a doctor's appointment, like a checkup. What? to say it was like 2 days before Thanksgiving, which was my due date. I had the checkup. So I went in, they checked me. Everything was, looking okay. But we did start making plans for kind of getting ourselves ready and preparing ourselves for in case I didn't go into labor on Thanksgiving. We started talking about, when my next checkup would be, and then, baby, quiet. And then we said that if I made it to, baby, quiet. Go play with your Legos over there. Go to play.
Yeah, no.
And we talked about how if I made it to that next appointment, I still hadn't gone into labor, then in that next appointment we would talk about setting up an inducement date. Did that happen? Come Thanksgiving Day, here I am, sitting at dinner table, pregnant and all, because of course I didn't go into labor. So at this point, I'm 40 weeks. Since Thanksgiving, I'm 40 weeks pregnant, full force. And at this point, I'm like ready to get him out. I'm just, like I said, my back was killing me, and I was just so tired of like being pregnant. I was huge. So we're going around, we're taking walks, we're going to parks, we're walking. And I mean, when I was pregnant with him, we would go like on weekends and we'd go hiking. So I was like sure that he would be on time or maybe even early. But no. So we're walking around. I'm eating spicy foods. I'm like doing everything to get him ready to get him out. I get to my next appointment, and in this appointment is when we set up the inducement date. Now they set up the inducement date for 2 weeks out from my actual due date, so they wouldn't let me get past 42 weeks, obviously with being pregnant. And that's my last appointment before the baby. One week goes by, I'm 41 weeks, nothing. Still little pains here and there, and I would go to the hospital because there were days where like I wouldn't feel him kicking, move, and I was scared. So we'd go and we'd check up on him. He'd be fine. He'd send us back home because I wasn't going into labor. And then we did that a few times within those 2 weeks. Now, December 3rd rolls around, and I start, getting these pains throughout the day, but, they're pretty far apart. So I would just, breathe through them and just be like, tell my mom and Jonathan that it's kind of hurting, that maybe it was time, but I don't know. So we were pretty much timing them throughout the day. Hi, baby. Yeah, you don't do that. So we were timing them throughout the day, and then around 7 o'clock at night, they started getting a little more intense where, I would stop when they would hit and just breathe and then keep walking. We were at the bakery when this happened, and then we closed up, we came home, and then I couldn't sleep. I tried sleeping through them. I was like, because usually like when something hurts, I'll go to sleep and I'll be fine. But I couldn't sleep through them. So I was just laying in bed for a little bit, and then I couldn't lay down. So I got up and I was walking in circles around the room and just walking and walking. And I did that for a few hours. And then Jonathan was there, he was awake with me, and then he ended up falling asleep because it hit it was like 11, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, just go to sleep, I'll just, I'll walk, and then I was like, then I'll go to sleep. So I was just walking in circles around the room. At midnight, I would sit, and then I would stand up and walk around in circles again. And then it hit 2 in the morning. I was still awake. I lied. The pain started on the 2nd. So it was already the 3rd because it was already 2 in the morning. So I started on the 2nd, and then on the 3rd, it was 2 in the morning, and I woke up Jonathan, and I was like, because I tried laying down, and I couldn't anymore, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, screw it, no. I was like, we gotta go. So I woke up Jonathan, and I was like, we gotta go. I was like, we gotta go to the doctor. I was like, they're getting really bad. I was like, they're getting closer together. I was like, we gotta go. We gotta go to the doctor. So he got up, got himself dressed. We had the hospital bag ready already. We got the hospital bag, and I was just walking. I was in pain, but it wasn't that bad yet. I didn't know. Your girl didn't know it was coming. I don't know. That was nothing compared, but I was just so uncomfortable, and I was just walking, and then I started coming downstairs. The car's not parked right in the garage or by the garage, so he brought the car, and it was raining. And I told him to wake up my mom. So he comes, he knocks on my mom's door. She didn't wake up, so he's like, come on. He's like, you can just call her. So we get everything, get in the car. And by this time, it's like 3 in the morning. So I called my mom on the phone on our way to the doctor, to the hospital. So I was like, we're going to the hospital. I was like, the pain started getting worse. And she's like, okay. She said, okay, we'll see you guys in a bit. We get to the doctor, to the hospital, and they check me in so that they can, start checking me. And I believe when I got there, I was like 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. Yeah, I think I was like 4 dilated. Oh, snap. And they started talking to us, the nurse, before she actually went to talk to the doctor. She was like, she's like, this is still, a ways to go. You guys can either stay here or you guys can go home. Now, I already had an appointment for the 4th, which was, the day after, at 8 in the morning to get induced. And I was like, no, let's just stay here. I was like, and she let us talk about it. You don't have to scream. Hi, baby. She's like, she gave us those options, and then she's like, I'll let you guys talk about it while I go get the doctor. And I told Jonathan, I was like, no, let's just stay here. I was like, we're gonna have to come back in the morning anyways. And he was like, yeah. And by the time she came back, before we could tell her that we were gonna stay there, the doctor told her to just admit us. And I think a little bit after the nurse came, it was already like 4 or 5 in the morning. My mom gets there. Give that to Papa's. Isaac. Isaac. Give this to Papa's. So my mom gets there, and I told her, that they were going to admit us. So I got Isaac, give that to Papa's. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Give this to Papa's. So I get comfortable in bed, I'm dressed in my little gown. Baby! Isaac! Give that to Papa's! No! Isaac! Hey! Give it to Papa's! He's like mesmerized with the TV. They have the little, monitors on my stomach. We start going through the motions, getting my IV put in. And I know it sounds crazy, but the scariest part for me when I'm going into labor, or when I'm going to deliver, is having to get that IV put in, because they always start fishing in there, and it hurts. And of course, homegirl that was putting it in puts it in, can't find the vein, and starts fishing in there, and I'm just sitting there, and I don't look when they're doing it, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, oh my Lord. And my mom's standing there. My mom's getting pissed, obviously, like she always does when they do that to like any of us, because they don't know how to do it, and then they start fishing, and it hurts, and then it leaves a big old bruise, and it's just a whole ordeal. She finally gets that in, and I haven't gotten the epidural yet, because I always go in there with the mentality that I want to do it like natural and try, you know, get as far as I can before needing it. And like I said, when I got there, I wasn't too far dilated, so after everything was put in and I was set to go, I start getting up. I start walking with my mom up and down the hall, back and forth. I'm walking. I'm doing lunges while I'm walking. Nothing. Don't move along the process at all. So, the nurse comes back, checks me, you know, we haven't really progressed at all. So, my mom asks for an exercise ball. And I was like, an exercise ball? And she's like, yeah, that helps too. So, bring the exercise ball, and I'm sitting on it and I'm just bouncing on it, and when the contraction would come, you know, I'd bounce on it, and that helps, like drop the baby and the whole ordeal of getting labor started. So, you know, I'm doing it, and when the contraction would come, it would hurt so bad, and I would just sit there, and I tried that ball out for 20-30 minutes. I don't know. I tried it for a while, and I was sitting there, nothing.
Mom.
Huh?
I got the I got the box. Daddy, me. Please.
Nothing. Everyone's tired.
Beep, beep, beep. Dad.
My stepdad is asleep on the couch that's in the room, and my mom is walking home with me. And so nothing's happening, so we go to the stairs, the stairway. And we went up 6 flights of stairs. You guys, I don't know how many times. We went up, we went down. We went up, we went down. We went up, we went down. Nothing. Jonathan went up like once or twice with me, and then his calf started burning, so he went back to the room. My mom was with me, going up, going down, going up, going down. Nothing. I kid you guys not. Nothing. And I was like, oh my God. Nothing. It's already been, I want to say at this point it was already 8 or 9 in the morning. Nothing. So we went up and down those stairs, and then since nothing was happening and we started getting more tired, went into the room. I sat there. I was laying there, you know, they had to come check me, and I think I had opened up like one more. So I was at 5 now. But still, you know, we still had a long way to go. My water hadn't broken, nothing. So, since I was still in pain, and I still hadn't gotten an epidural, and nothing was moving along, we set up a bath for me. My mom set up a bath for me, so she puts on the warm water. This was more to kind of like relax me. well. She sets it up and I get into the bath. You guys, she put too much soap in there, so it started overflowing. And I was just sitting there, and then the contractions would hit, and I was just like, oh my Lord. So I was sitting in the water, and again, nothing happens. So fast forward, you guys, the contractions do start getting a little harder because they came, and since nothing was happening, they went ahead and they they went ahead and they broke the water for me. And then once your water breaks, the contractions start getting... Baby, wait.
Yay.
The contractions start getting harder because you're like legit in active labor now. So the contractions started coming harder, and then at this point, I think when they broke my water, they also gave me, was it Pitocin? I think it was Pitocin. No, baby, sit down. Get off the table. Hey, get off the table. What? Get off the table. And go give Papa's another chip here. He wants more. So they started inducing my labor, so the contractions started getting worse. Go give him his chip. Give him his chip. Corre. Isaac, give him his chip. And I think he dropped his sit down. So they break my water. Pains start coming in pretty harsh. And I didn't want to get the epidural yet. But I asked if they had like any other pain medications they could give me. And so they brought one that goes in the IV. And they gave it to me, and you guys, I don't know what that was that they gave me, but I started, all I felt was dizzy. The room was spinning. And then I started feeling like I couldn't swallow, like I couldn't breathe. I don't know. I was like so high off that medication. But it ended up not even like working. So I did end up getting the epidural. And they gave it to me. And it was working, it was cool. Like, my legs were all numb. Although the epidural is scary because you move or they do it wrong and you're like paralyzed for the rest of your life. So they put the epidural in, and it was cool. Like it helped the discomfort, and then like my legs were all numb. I couldn't feel anything. Like one of my legs was flopping off the bed, and I didn't even know it. And by this time, hours had passed by. And then they check me, they keep checking me, and then I start moving along. But they started noticing, his heart rate was dropping. But no, at this point, like, no one was telling me. Everyone kept telling me, everything was fine, but my mom kept keeping like an eye. So I was getting a little scared, but they kept telling me everything was fine. So I was like, okay, everything's fine. I was like, is his heartbeat still there? They were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, everything's fine then. And then I started like getting actively I'm in labor. Like, I start feeling the pains and it's coming. And then my mom starts telling me, she's like, if you feel like you need to go poop, if you feel like you need to go bathroom, you need to push, she's like, tell us. She's like, that means that he's ready to come out. Like, it's not that you have to go to the bathroom. I was like, okay. So the nurse, she's just coming in periodically, and then the pain started getting worse and worse. And by this time, obviously, of course, my luck, once it's starting, like, they're getting more like extremely intense and it's time to push, my epidural stops working. So I'm feeling it all. By this time, it was already getting to nighttime. I want to say, I don't know. When you're in there, it feels like you're in there for years. Like, you don't see the sun rise, you don't see the sun set. So you're like, how long have I been in here? What day is it? Especially like when you get discharged, you're like, what day is it? Like, how long have I been here? At least that's how it was for me. But anyways, I start getting into like, I'm about to deliver. My brothers are here already. They're asleep on the couch, like, knocked out. My mom's in the room, Jonathan's in the room, everyone else stepped out because, like, I'm about to give birth. So I have them both on each side. And then the nurse tells me, she's like, the doctor's sleeping, so she's gonna deliver the baby. And I was like, okay, cool. As long as you know what you're doing, homegirl. No, wait, was that what they said? I think the doctor ends up coming in a little later. Because with both of them, the doctor was sleeping. And with one of them, I remember the doctor ends up coming in a little later. But anyways, I'm like, I need to push. And I tell my mom, I was like, I need to push. Like, I need to push. I can't hold it. Like, I need to push. And so they're like, okay. They're like, push. And like, when you push, you're pushing through contractions. Like, that's when it's happening. So they have you wait, and then when a contraction is coming, that's when you need to push. And oh my goodness, y'all, I was like, I cannot do this. It was hurting so bad. And then it got to the point, like, when I was pushing, I started blacking out. So I pushed, and then pop, I fell back, and I started hallucinating. I remember this. I started hallucinating a mountain with a big old walking chocolate chip cookie. I kid you not. And then I got up, and Jonathan, like, he was concerned for me. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, and then I pushed, and then I would black out again. And Jonathan was like concerned. He was like, oh my goodness, like, are you okay? Like, he was so worried about me. And then I finally pushed the little critter out, and he's not crying. And I was like, is he okay? Is he okay? And they rush him over here to the little incubator, and my mom's like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. She's like, cry. Come on, cry. Well, turns out that his... Okay. You want chocolate milk or white milk?
White.
White milk? Okay, totally. His heart rate had been dropping because while he was in there, he went to the bathroom and he started inhaling it, and he was like aspirating on it. So he wasn't crying because he had like poop all up in his lungs. And I was like, is he okay? I was like, why isn't he crying? And like, when you give birth, like, they let you see him for a little bit, and don't remember. I think they let me see him for like a second, and then they took him. If they did let me see him, but they had him right there in the incubator. And then like when you have him, like then you still have stuff to do. Like they have to get the sack out of you, and they're checking you, making sure you're okay. So like he's over there, and I'm like, and Jonathan's right here, and my mom's over there with him, and I just hear her like, "Come on, baby, cry, cry." And I was like, "Is he okay? Is he okay?" And you know, and the nurses are over here worried about me, and Jonathan's right here with me, and I was like, "Go check on him." I was like, "Go check on him," and he was like, "No." He's like, "Your mom's right there." Like he didn't want to leave my side. He wanted to make sure I was okay. And I'm like, "I'm okay. Go check on him." So he goes and he checks on him. And what they had to do with Isaac while he was still there, they got, you know, like the little boogie suction things. They were sucking it out of his. They were sucking the poop that he had inhaled and ate out of his nose, and then they stuck a tube in his mouth, and they were like sucking it out of his like lungs too. But he finally started crying, and he was fine. They just had to keep an eye on him because of that, make sure he was okay. But yeah, that it totaled out, you guys, to legitimately 23 hours in labor. And here he is. It was so long. He was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. He was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. And you know, Jonathan, you know, afterwards, after they took him into, you know, where with all the other babies, Jonathan went and he took a whole bunch of pictures to show them to me, and he got the cutest pictures of Isaac like smiling with like his little dimple. It was so cute. But yeah, that was a very long labor. It was excruciatingly painful, and I mean, he was 42 weeks when he was born, but well worth it. I mean, as soon as you have him, it's like the pain is gone and you're just there with the baby. But yeah, afterwards, like I said in my hospital bag video, like there's the postpartum is a lot of work too. You have to, I mean, you're like, I'll talk about that in another video because there's like food involved here, and then that just sounds nasty. But yeah, that's pretty much my labor and delivery. I killed about half of these nachos. I am stuffed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a longer video, but I'm glad that I got the labor and delivery video up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, give it a like if you guys want to hear about Isaiah's labor and delivery, if you guys want to hear about how I found out I was pregnant and how that went about. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!